Well, I finally made it to the Turkish Mediterranean. This is Alanya, here on what's known as the Turquoise Coast. Alanya is bordered to the north by the beautiful Taurus Mountains and to the south by the amazing Mediterranean Sea. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some beautiful beaches and some amazing ancient sites along the way. This is Kleopatra Beach. It is one of the most beautiful and popular beaches in all of Türkiye. There are a couple of different stories as to how it got its name, but the most popular one is that Mark Antony and Queen Cleopatra swam together in this cove right over here. This is a very beautiful and very popular beach, and there are a string of restaurants and bars located right behind it. There is a long promenade here lined with palm trees and some really nice sculptures. It's also a great spot to watch the paragliders as they land right here on the beach. The other story about Cleopatra and Mark Antony is that when they visited here, Queen Cleopatra loved this sand on this beach so much, and it is a special type of sand. It's called oolitic sand. But she loved it so much that Mark Antony had barges of it filled with this sand and shipped back to Egypt and built her her own special beach with it. You can hike the whole way up to Alanya Castle, or you can take the cable car, which will take you halfway there, which is what I'm doing on a hot day like today. Because even after I get off the cable car, I still have to hike a mile from that point to the castle. The Alanya Cable Car departs near the south end of Kleopatra Beach. The beautiful ride to the top gives you panoramic views as you look down on both Alanya and the Mediterranean Sea. The word Akhmedik means fortified castle within a castle, which is what you get to immediately after getting off the cable car. And we've been walking through this area and it is just beautiful. You can see the walls that's fortified the old ancient city. It's really amazing, and I haven't even gotten to the castle yet. So it was $11 for a round-trip ticket on the cable car. And to enter the castle grounds, it was $13. Nobody knows who established the original settlement here back in the 4th century BC, but sitting here on a hilltop on the tip of a peninsula overlooking the land and the sea made this spot a very strategic location. Over the centuries, Alanya Castle has hosted Hellenistic, Roman, Byzantine, Seljuk, and Ottoman civilizations, each one adding a little bit of their own culture to it. The wall that surrounds the city is 4 miles long. It has also been a home to pirates, a military command post, and this was once the busiest port in all the Mediterranean. In addition to all the fascinating ancient history that you can find here, would you just look at this beautiful turquoise coast here on the Mediterranean? I've been some beautiful places, but man, this one is going to be hard to beat. If you come to Alanya, I know that the beautiful beaches of the Mediterranean will be calling to you. But I would highly suggest on your first day here to come up to Alanya Castle. You can really get a lay of the land and see everything in the surrounding area. You can really see just how many and how long the beaches here are. This is Damlataş Cave, the first cave in Turkey open for tourism. It was discovered in 1948 while excavating for a gravel pit. In addition to the beautiful stalactites you can find inside, it is also very beneficial for people with asthma. Under doctor's orders, you can stay 21 days in the cave to help your asthma symptoms. The combination of elements that you breathe inside the cave are supposed to be very beneficial for any kind of lung ailment. I'm at the top of the Red Tower. The Red Tower is an important monument and symbol of the city here in Alanya. Built in 1226, it is a wonderful example of Seljuk architecture. It was a harbor lookout and military post for centuries, until 1951 actually. Then it was converted into a museum and tourist spot. The views from the top of the Red Tower are breathtaking. I can see the beautiful Mediterranean, the little beach below. I can see the castle up on the hill, the ancient city wall going down the side of the mountain. It is wonderful. But word of warning, if you come here, these are the original steps built into the castle that bring you to the top of the tower. And the Seljuks must have been some long-legged people, because, I mean, they are some high steps. I literally kind of have to pull myself up on the railing. This is Tersane Beach. It literally lies on a very small strip of land right outside the old city wall next to the Red Tower. It's known for having cool and refreshing waters, cooler than the other beaches in town, and it's especially family friendly as it's shallow and the beach is covered with small pebbles. And it is a free beach. You can access it by a set of stairs. There are no amenities down here, but you walk back up the stairs and the street is lined with bars and restaurants. These 5 arches behind me is the Tersane Shipyard, located right next to Tersane Beach, built in 1227 of hand-cut stone and bricks. It has 5 arched docks and interconnecting passageways. There's a nice exhibit room here covering maritime history and the ships that were built here. Each dock is a separate shipbuilding station, and there's a passageway that leads to the arsenal. The arsenal was used to protect the shipyard. The shipyard was used to build and repair ships during both the Seljuk and Ottoman eras. And actually, it is still used today by local fishermen to repair their boats. Located right behind the Red Tower and Tersane Beach, the neighborhood of Tophane clings to the side of the mountain. The Tophane neighborhood is considered one of the most beautiful and unique neighborhoods in all of Türkiye. The houses here are unique because they are all built on a steep slope and they all face the sea. When the houses were originally built in the 1600s, they were terraced. My house, my walkway, is my neighbor's roof. And my neighbor behind me, his walkway is my roof. And it went like that all the way up the mountainside. A visit to the Red Tower, the shipyard, and the Tophane neighborhood make for a great half day of sightseeing. They're all very close together and even connected by walkways. With its 300 days of sunshine a year, Alanya is for beach lovers, and that's where I'm headed next. I stayed at a great place called the Angelic Downtown Hotel. It was right across the road from Kleopatra Beach, and it even had its own beach club. With its beautiful beaches and ancient sites, Alanya has something for everyone. If you haven't seen our other videos from here in Türkiye, please check them out. Give us a like and subscribe, as there's so much more to come.